Hi class. Let me tell you a little bit about the logistics of this class, Info 101. First of all, here's the URL to go to, winhost2.ischool.washington.edu/gclass3. That's the third version of gClass. There it is again. So you might want to note that down. All right, let's talk about the gClass system. This is the main screen that you'll see all the time. It outlines most of the things that you can do in the class. On the top line there, you'll see info issues, social issues, and tech issues. Those are the subjects of the class. That's what we're going to study this quarter. The info issues, social issues, and technological issues about the new kinds of systems that we're all using these days. There's a set of modules. In each of those three categories, info, social, and tech issues, there's a set of modules, and each of the modules is a different piece of subject matter. You'll do each of the modules in turn. You can see on this screen, for example, that some of the modules are open. The ones that are not light gray, like social systems, is not open. It has a little lock icon. And some of them are open. The first three in the first row, websites and social networks and computer technologies, those are all open. Also notice the big blue buttons. They tell you what you can do now. In computer technology basics, you're ready to choose an assignment. In social networks and systems, you're ready to watch the videos. In social systems, you can preview the videos, but you won't be able to do any of the work inside of those modules. The way that you do this class is, first of all, you go into a module and you watch all the videos that are in that module, and while you're watching the videos, you do fill-ins. There are fill-in questions that you do, and when you're done with all the fill-ins in a module, you're ready to move on. You move on by taking a level-up quiz. So at the end of watching all the videos, you're ready to schedule a quiz. You schedule a quiz, it puts it in the queue, and the next time you come to class, you can take your quiz. Your quizzes, you take them in the order that you schedule them. So you'll see as you schedule quizzes that they get slotted into a different time during the quarter, and then you'll come to your small class and take your quizzes. Following the quizzes, you get to choose whether or not you want to do an assignment in the modules. There are 25 modules, and only 5 assignments are required this quarter, and so you have quite a bit of latitude about which modules you do assignments in and which ones you don't. Finally, you review other people's assignments. When someone's finished with an assignment, they upload a rough draft. They come into class. You or someone else in your section review them, and you make some comments about their work. And when you've done that, their assignment is ready to be finalized and uploaded. And so once again, the way that you go through the class is first you watch the videos, then you do the fill-ins. When you're finished with all the fill-ins in a module, you take a quiz. When you finish the quiz, you're ready to do an assignment if you choose in that module. You'll see in the computer technology basics that it says choose an assignment. That module is ready. You may or may not do a review on a particular other student's work. Okay, well, gClass is still pretty new. We launched it in the fall quarter, and we're working on it steadily every day. We work on it. So there's a special tab in gClass for logging bugs. So if you find any bugs in the class, either questions that don't make sense or functionality that's not quite working, log a bug, and we'll give you a bump for it. And I'll tell you what a bump is in just a moment. I need to tell you a little bit about Top Hat Monocle. Top Hat Monocle is a piece of software that we're going to be using to sort of do what clickers do. You might know that clickers are little devices that allow you to register answers to questions. We'll be doing that as well, but we won't be using clickers. We'll be using Top Hat, and Top Hat allows you to submit answers to questions in class either by your phone or by a computer. They are important. You'll see as you go through the class that there's lots of points in the class that are in the Top Hat questions. And so make sure you get that put together by next week, when we'll start the Top Hat work. The Top Hat system, you go to tophatmonocle.com and click on the register button there up on the top. Sign up as a student. You're going to purchase a subscription and sign up. Sign up as a student, click the student tab, and then fill out the account details. All of it should be pretty self-explanatory. Except remember, under student ID, there's your UW student answer. Cell phone number is the number of the phone that you're going to use to text in answers. They'll know that it's coming from you. And the cheapest option is to just buy it for this one quarter, which is a $20 fee. So that's the only cost of this class. No textbooks, just the fee for Top Hat Monocle so that you can answer questions in class. Okay, writing credit. You will get writing credit in this class if you do all 5 of the writing assignments that are required for the class, and if you get a 70% or better evaluation on them. In addition, this class has INS and NW areas of knowledge, and you'll get those as well on your transcript. If you want any more about those, you can visit this URL, and it'll tell you all about those options. Well, there's very few rules that we have in this class. It's a pretty easygoing class. We're all real nice and take it slow in this class. But there are a couple of rules that we really do abide by, and that's the main one is respect. If you show disrespect for your teachers or for your peers, that's really we're going to look badly on that. We'll actually kick you out of the room if you distract us. If you're not here, like you're zoned out and you're off in another world and you're really detracting from the other students, and more than anything else, if you're disrespectful. None of you guys are like that. This isn't going to be a problem with any of you guys. But I do want to put that down and make sure that you know that that's what's up. As opposed to many classes where your devices are a little suspect, and if you pull out a laptop in the middle of the class, the instructors are looking at you askance, like, what are you doing? In this class, not only are devices welcome, but we expect you to have a device. We expect you to bring a device every single time you come to class, because there's always something that we're going to be doing that's going to be requiring your computer. I don't have to say this to you as well, but I want to put this in right at the beginning of the class. Using somebody else's words, citing sources, but not saying that it's a source that you've cited, borrowing structure, borrowing papers, using somebody else to write your papers, all of those things are no-nos. And the very least you'll get is no credit for the assignment that we realize has been somewhat plagiarized, even if it's just a little bit of plagiarism. But at the very most, you could get dismissed from the University of Washington for plagiarism. So don't even try it. We have ways of knowing whether papers are plagiarized or not, and if we find it, it's just going to be sad for everybody involved. So just don't do it. All right, let me tell you a little bit about the idea of bumps. In this class, in addition to all the points, and you'll see that there are points everywhere in this class, so many opportunities for earning points in this class that it'll make your head spin. But one extra opportunity is bumps. I or any of the instructors in the class can give you some extra coin for participation in the class, for doing something else that's helpful to other people, or just for being smart. Any kind of meritorious behavior, we can issue you a bump, and a bump directly adds XP to your grade. And that's a bump. So get them. They're really good, and they really add to your grade. All right, let me go over a little bit what's happening in the different classes. This class has 2 small classes that happen each week, so that's the main time you're going to be in class. They're each 2 hours, and 1 large class where we all get together at the end of the week. In the small class, generally, there'll be, well, depending on which class it is, this is the maximum amount that will happen in any one small class, but less might happen in some of them. There are quizzes, 15-minute quizzes that start right when the class starts, so be sure to come on time for those. Some amount of time, either 1 or 2 blocks of time, set aside for you to review other students' work. In the first couple of weeks of the class, we won't be doing that, but once assignments start coming in, we'll start scheduling some time for reviews. Some time for an activity, some sort of activity. And by the way, everything that you do in this class adds XP to your score. And then possibly at the end of the class, another block for another quiz. So you can take 2 quizzes up to a maximum of 3 quizzes in a week, and that ought to give you plenty of time to do all the module quizzes that you want in the course. I will warn you, however, that you really need to pay attention to how many blocks are left in the class. Right now, it's the beginning of the quarter, and there's plenty of time to do all the work you want. But if weeks go by and you haven't used those blocks, they'll start to run out. So be very careful and manage your blocks very well to make sure that you have enough time during this course to do all the work that you want to be able to do. Okay, I'll point you particularly to the calendar command in gClass. That is king. Everything that's going on is on that calendar. All the quizzes that you have scheduled, all the assignments that you have scheduled, and all the reviews that you have scheduled. All the things you have to do and all the times you have to be somewhere are all on that calendar. So pay particular attention to the calendar. There's also the bigger picture. That's week by week, everything that we're going to do, all the different activities that we'll be doing, all the different coin that's associated with all those different activities. so you'll know exactly what to expect each time you come to class. Okay, so that takes care of the small classes. The small classes are where you take quizzes, do presentations of your assignments, and do class activities. As I said, most of the class happens in those small classes. What happens when we get to big class? Well, this is sort of an ongoing experiment we have to decide what really should happen when you have 150 people together. What we know should not happen when you have 150 people together is for them all to sit quietly and be lectured to. So we'll have a whole series of different kinds of activities that you'll learn about during the quarter that are more interactive, that take advantage of the fact that a lot of us are all there at the same time to generate excitement, to generate energy, and obviously to do some learning. Okay, I would go through the gClass interface, but I don't think I need to. You're all very smart. You'll figure out how to use it pretty quick. Lots of students have gone through it, so you have the benefit of all their usability enhancements to our software. Just go ahead and do it, and you'll find out as you go along exactly what you need to do. And if there's a problem with it, obviously, talk to me or one of your TAs, and we'll address it. Okay, so I'll end this by giving you the first opportunity to earn a bump. Show us the most interesting device that you have on you right now that can still access the gClass site, and you'll be the first winner of a bump. All right, well, thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you soon.